A U.S. official has confirmed to CBS that there are 5 unaccounted for U.S. hostages presumed living, believed to be held by Hamas or terror groups in Gaza. Hamas has released a video that appears to show U.S. Israeli hostage Hersh Goldberg-Polin. The White House addressed it earlier today.
The moment that we got the video that showed Hersh, we gave it to the FBI Hostage Fusion Recovery Cell. Those are the experts who have the technical capacity to actually look at that video and discern, or at least assess with as much specificity as possible, the answers to your questions. They are in the process of doing that. I'm not going to get ahead of that assessment.
CBS News Chief Foreign Affairs correspondent Margaret Brennan joins us now. She, of course, is also the moderator of Face the Nation. Margaret, great to see you. What more can you tell us about this video?
Well, this is a new tactic by Hamas. Bob, this is the first time we have seen a video like this of a U.S. hostage released publicly. We know it was privately delivered to the White House on Monday. The family also received it. Many officials surprised to see this proof of life in some ways because Hersh's injuries were so grave. And you can see in that video that he is missing his left hand. He sustained injuries on October the 7th. And as his mother has shared publicly, there were concerns about the degree to which he'd be able to survive a severe injury like that one. He makes a number of statements that were clearly made under duress in that video. The White House and the FBI are assessing it to try to determine things like location. Is there anything on the metadata that also can indicate the actual date on which it was filmed? He says it's the 200th day of the war, but they're just trying to get any kind of information they can glean to try to do something with it that could inform Israeli authorities or the U.S. efforts. But the Goldberg-Polin family released their own video today. This has to be incredibly painful to hear your son make these pleas, but in some ways they were relieved in this video, saying it's the first time they've heard their son's voice in 201 days, and it has proved that he is alive. So in some ways it has rejuvenated hope, although the diplomacy currently is completely stalled, and his mother made a plea for that to restart.
You've been so vigilant covering these hostages in this conflict and in so many other conflicts, people held across the world. You've also been tracking the Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, who is overseas. What are you watching on this particular trip?
Well, this is always something to watch very closely because this is the chief adversary to the United States on the global stage, and the only one, as President Biden would say, with the ability to really reshape the global order. Secretary Blinken is arriving with a bit of a threat in his pocket. He has this $8 billion in terms of what Congress has just authorized to shore up the Indo-Pacific in defense of Taiwan. Diplomacy is often thought to be most effective with the threat of force implied, if not at least explicit. And in this visit, he is going to make a few points, including, one, something very key to the election, really pressing China to cut back on the flow of fentanyl or ingredients to make fentanyl to North America and into the United States because it's killing so many Americans and the precursor chemicals made in China, but also on this connection to Russia. We are seeing China and Russia explicitly aligned here. Remember, President Biden laid down this red line saying, do not arm Russia in its war against Ukraine. China is going right up to that line. We have now seen U.S. officials declassify intelligence indicating that Russia and China are co-producing drones, that China is helping rebuild the military-industrial complex that Russia is using. In other words, blowing past U.S. sanctions and helping to have Vladimir Putin potentially win this conflict. So that's something that Secretary Blinken will also be pressing here. We don't know what the consequences are there. The implied threat there might be sanctions.
And quickly, in the final minute here, what about Americans wrongfully detained in China? Do they have any hope of their situation being addressed?
Bob, we don't talk about these cases enough, but individuals like Texan Mark Svidon, I hear from his mother regularly. She's afraid her son is going to take his own life. He has been, in the words of the State Department, classified under U.S. law as wrongfully detained for crimes he is alleged to have committed when he wasn't even in the country. But there are other Americans, too, here, David Lynn. And before I go, I want to make sure that I mention Kai Lee. We will have Blinken raise these issues. Not clear that there will be any results.
Margaret Brennan, thank you so much for your reporting. We appreciate it.